All right, guys, today we're going to be doing a live ad account walkthrough of one of the brands that we are currently scaling beyond 100K per month. Got a lot of good feedback on the last time that we did this, so we're going to dive in again to a brand that we are working with so that you can see inside live a type of ad account that is actively scaling, has healthy metrics, and is all round good. So let's jump in to the computer. All right, so this is the ad account at the moment. It looks extremely simple, and that's because it is very, very consolidated, very, very efficient, looking really, really good. So we have a catalog campaign live and active that is doing really, really well. So we've split out each ad set into a different set, and the set is the product categories. We do also have like all products as well, which we tested without enhancements and with enhancements. And unfortunately, the one with enhancements just seemed to work the best. And I know I hate the Meta AI enhancements as well. They are just awful. We don't have all of them active. We do just have some, but for some reason the performance was better. So if something's working, you don't necessarily need to fix it. And so I think catalog campaigns are pretty underestimated. Like, I think they are actually really, really solid. They can help you to generate a lot of signals around which product is actually working the best in the market, or, you know, maybe products that you don't necessarily have content around. Meta will be delivering it and putting a lot of spend into it, and you can then get a bit of a signal to then actually start making real creatives for that product, because it shows a bit of market sentiment around that product in general, if Meta is wanting to put a lot of spend into it. So it can be good for signals, it's good for retargeting, it's good for new customer acquisition as well. Just overall, bit of a beast of a campaign. So the main campaign that we have, this is obviously where all the magic happens, bit of a lower ROAS, because this is obviously at a bigger scale, and the job of it is to not only provide brand awareness, but also to create a really, really large, sophisticated buyer journey. So what we do with this CBO is this kind of like our main scaling campaign. What we will do is we push like 8 to 10 ads into each ad set, and we will call that a batch. And so typically we will want to start putting a new batch into an account as it starts to get into this scale. We'll want to put a new batch in every week. Once it starts pushing into much larger scales, we want to put like 2 batches per week in, and it's a very easy way to be able to track and manage the way in which we are scaling creative volume, because that's obviously such a huge important part of the account in general. And so if you can set up your structure to make it as easy as possible for your team to be able to push new content and new creative into the ad account every single week, that is probably the most important part of ad account structure. And I know this is a bit of a hot topic, you know, ABO, CBO, or whether you should split something by region or split something by SKU or whatever. Like, a lot of people, I think, get confused or trip up on how to actually set up an account to make it efficient. And to be honest with you, just the reason as to why you would have a certain structure over another is just purely around your brand, your goals, and your workflow cadence. So if you like really desperately want to test out a new ad where you just want to make sure it absolutely gets spend, and you want to really, really like push it and test it out, just use an ABO. Okay, cool. Like, test in an ABO, right? Just put like 3 ads in an ad set and just direct spend into them, or even just put 1 ad in an ad set. Cool. It doesn't matter. That's pretty much all it comes down to when you're thinking about ad account structure, because the actual results, the actual targeting is in the ad. So whether it is an ad set budget or whether it is a campaign budget, the results are coming from the ad, and it really doesn't matter. The only way in which a CBO might be stronger than an ABO is if you have way more winning ads in a CBO, which Meta obviously has way more data and is a lot more intelligent about your customer and about your ads. And so that's why you might see a bit of fluctuation in performance. If you like put an ad in an ad set and then it doesn't really do too much, and then you put it in a CBO and it starts to work, it might be because that campaign is actually more sophisticated and more intelligent about your audience than the ABO was. So honestly, super simple setup, and that's the way that we like it. It just helps us to put batches into the ad account, and it works with our workflow and our cadence. So the real magic around how to understand how to structure the account, or like what metrics to look at, are a bit outside of Meta. Obviously, Meta has a lot of really, really great metrics, but you want to sort of dive a little bit deeper, like with the Shopify, and just pull in metrics and doing some custom calculations yourself. So with this brand, we've done like 410,000 revenue in the past 90 days at 3.7 ROAS blended, because we're also spending on Google. So we've spent $111,000 in total, and we're also running their email marketing as well. And we've ramped up the email cadence quite substantially and increased the returning customer rate, which subsequently is allowing us to scale up the ad spend as well, because it means we have a higher headroom for the max allowable CAC because the LTV is going up, which gives us a healthier LTV to CAC ratio. So done $95,000 net profit over the last 90 days, which is really, really strong. And so the things that we are mainly looking for in terms of signals around success and for this account at this current scale is moving a little bit more beyond like CPA. Obviously, you want to make sure we have good CPA and good ROAS, but it's looking a slightly different direction into the actual utility of the account. So the first thing that we are focusing on is the new audience reach percentage. What percentage of our spend is going into people that haven't heard of the business before? At the moment, over the last 90 days, it is 97.1%. This is super, super strong. This is awesome. And this is exactly where we want it to be. Another metric we are looking at is the amount of active unique ads in the account. So these are obviously unique ads that fit within the Andromeda algorithm parameters in terms of not being the same entity ID. They are unique, they are strong, and they are active because they have survived testing and they have been validated. And so 62 unique active at the moment is pretty strong for this scale. We obviously want to continue to keep pushing this up more to increase our chances of success. And now one of the most important probably is the creative win rate percentage. At the moment, the way that we are defining the creative win rate is if a ad is getting more than $200 spend and it is hitting more than 2.5x ROAS. So far, out of the ads that we are putting into the account, 51.5% are hitting this KPI and are winning, or what we determine to be winners, which is really, really strong. This is so, so important when it comes to forecasting creative volume output, but also forecasting ad spend. We will know how many ads we need to be able to increase spend and distribute spend into based on our creative win rate of the past, so that we understand how many ads we need to make in total to be able to get the right amount of unique active ads. And so this is probably the most important metric of the entire account, because this helps us massively. It helps communication with the brand owner as well. You know, if they're organizing shoots or if they're doing things, we at least in black and white, as accurate as possible, can know how many ads are going to be required, how much content is going to be required, and that filters through into everything else when it comes to customer acquisition. So super, super important. So that is pretty much it for this video. We've obviously shown inside a active live scaling ad account that is continuing to scale. We're probably on track to do maybe $180,000 this month. Next month, we're probably above $200,000. We've got some cool things planned for the World Cup, which will probably boost sales as well. And just momentum is growing. It doesn't really seem to be slowing down. So the main thing that we need to be doing is just continuing to increase the volume of ads we are putting into this ad account to feed the algorithm. Obviously, making sure the new audience percentage is solid, increasing that amount of active, unique ads, which are winners. That is pretty much all we need to do to be able to keep on pumping. So if you found this video helpful, obviously drop a like. It would be much, much appreciated. And I will catch you in the next one.